In a fundraising world that feels overwhelming, SMART goals can provide clarity. Hi everyone, Amy from AMPO here. I hope you're having a great week. When you're doing strategic planning, there's sort of an arc that happens. When you first start, there is a ton of energy. Everyone is super excited and there's just so much creativity flowing. But as you move through that process, as you create the strategic priorities that you're driving towards, as you start thinking about the goals for that creativity and that energy, it starts to wane. And when you get to the end of the process, that's when you're setting up your SMART goals. That's when you're really diving into the tactical, if you've done this right. And it's really important to make sure that you're infusing some creativity into that process. And so some of the ways that you can do this is by breaking out the Post-it notes, the markers, colored sheets of paper. Do some things that are interesting to help you think about your SMART goals. So instead of sitting there and staring and being like, what am I going to write that's specific? How is this going to be measurable? How am I going to think about this being attainable? Start with just doing something creative. Start by maybe drawing a picture of what outcome you want to happen in the world. Start by coming up and really thinking about that person whose life is impacted. Really think about your client journey and really think about what it is that you're changing in the world. And get your head in a different space. We have all been taught to think in a nice little handy grid. And we've all been taught and trained to think about what's in those boxes. But really, in order for this to be successful, you've got to get those creative juices flowing again. And so what I encourage you to do is do some drawing, do some time in quiet reflection, do some journaling, think about your client journey. And that's going to really help you when you come back then to start really framing up those tactical SMART goals for your organization. So there you go. We've got some more tips on how to keep your strategic plan moving forward.